Welcome everybody. You just this is the after. What do we call this?
After party.
This is the after party. So this is what happens. So we do the show, and almost every Friday, like we don't. After we do the show, sometimes it's the guys sitting around. Sometimes guys and some of the females from the front office coming back, or sometimes it's a deacon who stops by or whatever, right? So we start having these discussions that we didn't have on the show. And Mark said we should every once in a while just go live, or like when it's a world event happening, just go live. So make sure you hit those notifications because we're just gonna spend a few minutes. It's not even gonna be long, but I got Mark here, who you all know. So we thought it was. I thought it wasn't fair just to have me and you.
No.
Like we got to have another perspective.
Yeah,
on
we
this title.
definitely need another perspective for this.
Right, right. So we brought Sean, my brother Sean, who's going to be on with us just to talk about a post that I put up yesterday, I think. Now, the post, it's not my statement, so I want to be clear. It's from a guy on Facebook.
Yep.
And it's he talks a lot about relationships, and I think it's healthy to have these talks. Men, and I know it's going to be some women who come on, they're going to have their opinion. I want to hear them, and there's going to be some people who don't agree, and we want to hear those. But and this is just a fun way of talking about some things that a lot of times we don't talk about, especially in our communities, because it's like, if you talk about it, it must be a problem, or what qualifies you to talk about? No, nothing qualifies me to talk about it. I'm just going from my heart. We don't claim to be experts, but there's this guy. What's his name? What was it? It was
LJA Evans.
Evans that gives a lot of advice or talks, and he talks about men and relationships. And so here's a clip. And I wrote it, so my post is actually my chicken scratch of when I was hearing it, and I took a picture and I was going to put a post up, and instead I just took a picture of my chicken scratch. So this is what he says.
Man is inspiration, hands down. Like, you got men out here chasing women based on looks, or dealing with women based on sex, and at the end of the day, like, her greatest gift that she can give to you is the ability to inspire you.
All right,
like, you should be inspired simply looking at her. Yeah,
that's what he says. That the greatest his again, this is not Darius. He says the greatest gift a woman can give a man is inspiration. Let's bring Sean up. Sean, you with us?
I am here.
You're not going to be in trouble, are you?
No, I don't worry about trouble.
Okay. So Sean is married. Mark and I are not. I don't think that this discussion doesn't matter whether you're married or not, but the different aspects of opinion, and be respectful in the comments, because if you're not, I'll block you. We can disagree, but don't be smart mouth. At the end of the day, Sean, you heard the statement. What you think about that statement?
Well, if it's the greatest gift, but I think it's a great gift that a woman that you're dating, married, involved with can give. Just her support, her being on the same level with you, giving you the same amount of energy. Because I don't think relationships are 50-50. Everybody are based on saying relationships 50-50.
What? Wait a minute. Hold on.
Hold on.
What are they? They're not 50-50 because that's a.
No, this is what I'm trying to mean. There's some days when my wife might be 30%. So now I got to come 70 because she's not at that 50%, and vice versa. I might be at a low for some reasons, getting laid off or bad day at work or whatever. So I'm 20%. So you want her to be at that 80%. So it's not always 50-50, because some days you have to rise above that 50%. So if we're saying 50-50 and one day I'm not at that 50 and she stays there, then there's not a balance there. So I think relationships aren't always 50-50. You have to be more. And and your wife inspiring you to be an aspiration, to be supportive, loving, and not setting that bar higher every time a goal is met. I think that's where sometimes women fall short because they no, I mean, it's real talk. There's, she might say, I want a guy to do this, this, and this. So now that guy does those three things, and she may be satisfied for a moment, and then it's like, oh, well, he made 50,000. I want him. I know he can do better. I know he can make 60,000, and then he might do that. And those are just stupid examples I put out there. But sometimes women do set that bar higher and higher and higher for a guy. And I mean,
Well, we got people on the line. India says bingo, and then she says the whole should equal the sum of its parts. Let's dig in there. What does that mean, India? So I what we were talking about before we came on,
Right.
was that I agree with this statement, but I don't agree with the greatest. I agree that it's one of the greatest things, at least for me personally,
Okay.
is inspiration. Like, I think, and maybe, okay, we all at different ages and
Right.
stages, but in my life, that inspiration of somebody, okay, for instance, if I don't want to say me, if a man is dealing,
Oh, we here now. You gotta go.
We there?
We here now. You gotta go.
we just got to own it.
Yeah.
It's not gonna go away. If I'm dealing with someone and you don't know what I preached on Sunday morning, or you don't know what my radio show is about, or you don't know, and the same vice versa.
Right.
So, ladies, don't attack me like we wanted to. This is just the guys.
Yep.
And y'all just came into the barbershop. So when you're in the barbershop, this is a guy talk.
Yep.
Like, so that inspiration of somebody saying, you know what, when you did this, that was, I agree or I disagree. Because inspiration isn't just about agreement.
Right.
But I do believe it is about lifting that inspire part of it. And so I think that's important. I know in my life that's been very important. What's your
I would say, like, for me, I think if it's definitely top three, and I don't know if it's two or three for me. I think, and not that I need the validation, not that I need the approval, but to your point, and that's what we were talking about. Like, I coach football. I want to know, are you going to come to a game? I want to know, if we out of town, did you at least see if I lost without me having having to text you like the next day? Like, I want, because generally, like, if I'm going to send you the stream. I'm going to send you the link to the stream and be like, hey, I'm not expecting you to watch the whole game, but
do you want to send the link to the stream? Do you want to have to do that, or do you want somebody to be so interested in you that you don't even have to send them a link?
Now, above and beyond would be, I found the link, I bought my own ticket, and you don't have to do any of that. That's above and beyond. I'm at, for sometimes it's just bare minimum, like you said. But it is. Did you take that extra step to lock in in my interest? Me and you were both. I think all three of us are news junkies, right? I want to know, are you like, hey, I knew you were going to watch this, and I wanted to be prepared when we had that conversation. So, like, every once in a while, it to me, that's also inspiration to be like, hey, I knew you were going to be up on this Iran war, or I saw what you were talking about on the show. Can we pick up that conversation because I did my own, like you said, it would just a little bit like that, but also that push in the back. As a black man, we get beat up everywhere.
Yeah.
Just like a black woman, but we get beat up everywhere. So just that little balm of words and encouragement, I think, goes a long way, especially when you come fresh out of the world.
India is all into the conversation. She said, nope, I agree. I want my man to be my fan. I think that kind of sums it up.
Yeah, that's it.
Is that you want to be.
I was just,
so Sean, go ahead.
Oh, Sean was coming in. Yeah.
Go ahead. Go, Sean.
I was just getting ready to agree with that because for me, both ways, and I'll give two examples. Everybody knows, most people know I officiate football. So I know my wife doesn't really, football's not her thing, especially when we first started. but just to see her in the stands or maybe wanting to go to a game, I can look up, she could be reading a book or texting, but knowing she's there
Yeah.
because she's supporting me.
Yes,
And vice
exactly.
versa. With my wife, what inspires me is some of her success, and she's so humble with it that I push her to say, hey, you did well. Let people know, oh, well, this is what I do. That inspires me to do better or to be on her level, knowing that she's successful and humble with it. I'm inspired to say, hey, let me be successful. Let me match her energy. So that's inspiring to me.
So Sean said, "Let me match her energy," and I think, especially for women who are watching, we are not saying that we don't have the same responsibility.
Right.
Like, I do believe what Sean just said. You bring that same energy, but what happens if that energy is not there for you?
I think now he used the term exactly. I'm going to match energy, and you will see some slippage. So I'm not going to. Well, let me not say I'm not going to. I am over and done with giving access to halftime people. I'm not going to open myself up, and you hear sometimes, and then, but like when you come knocking, I'm supposed to open up. Like, yeah,
Okay.
that day's over for me. But I think this is a piece of it, because if you know where I spend most of my time, whether it's work, school, football, church, and you aren't interested or involved in any of it, oh yeah, we got problems. We got problems.
What if they're a nice person?
You can be nice for somebody else, and I
shucks.
think and I think this is the biggest piece to it is you can be a nice person, but it doesn't mean you the right person for me.
Okay, but think about what Sean said, and Sean is about to say something. But think about what Sean just said about his wife, and when they first got together, she wasn't interested in football like that, right? And now she probably still ain't. She ain't texting and reading a book. She up in the stands reading Hebrews and Genesis.
but so Sean, to the point though, but did she show interest and support and inspire you, even though she wasn't interested in the early stages?
Right, exactly. It's like, hey, I'm tired today. I just flew because I travel a lot with football. So when I come home, I don't, and I hope women don't take this the wrong way. The house is clean. There's food, and
Hallelujah.
there's no. I can just come home and just relax for a moment. So but I don't expect it. That's the whole thing. Like, if I go away and I come home and it's not done, because I know she's very busy, but there's, hey, let's go eat. Or, hey, she knows to give me that moment of just the chill. It's not being all over me. Like, how was the game? Because sometimes you don't even want to talk about it. You just want to chill for a moment, relax, and then she might come with, hey, I watched the last part of the game, or I watched the first quarter, but then I had to go. But acknowledging the moment that I had, that I experienced, that's enough for me.
I agree.
So
some people are saying it's not the greatest thing, and I agree. It's not the great. I don't think. Is there a greatest gift that you have? I don't know if I have.
I don't think there is. I think it's a combination. It's like I mentioned when I first said it. It's a great thing, but it's not the greatest, and it's a cumulative of great things that make it possible.
Well, I think for me, it's where are you at in your life, in your journey, and that's why I said for me now, it probably is top 3 and not 2 or 3. But 5 years from now, next year, it could be next year, next month, I might be in y'all's shoes of saying it's great, but it ain't the greatest. Right now, for me, I would probably say it is the greatest.
Wow.
But
as you evolve, as you get older and you evolve and your relationships evolve, the priority things shift. When you're first dating someone, time is one of the greatest things, because you want to be with that person all the time. You want to be on the phone with them. You hang up first. No, you hang up first. But as you evolve,
Yeah, I
you
don't know.
don't need that every day. No, I'm
I
just
don't know if
saying.
that's still the case.
No, but when you start dating, Jan and I laugh a lot because I would call the church like, "Hey, what you doing?" Or I just call to see what you're doing, and it was, "Hey, babe, I appreciate that." So, all right. So
Let,
now those
let me.
phone calls don't come as often, but I will call to check in, and but we don't need that confirmation of calling
Well, I
all
mean, that's
day.
because when you were dating, you had your place, she had her place. Now you go together. I mean, not go together. Now you're married. You wake up and go to bed every day together, right? But do you need a deal? So the same guy I think talked about your person. You know that's your person if you talk every day, and if you feel like you got to share everything, right? So is the person that inspires you the most? Do you think that that's still necessary?
No, I don't need to
Mm.
talk and confirm our day and our ups and downs every single day because when you're with that person, you
Wow.
know that. You can feel that. I mean, you don't need to know every single thing that they did all day. I don't think so.
I
Wow.
hope he getting dinner
I
tonight.
was getting ready to say.
I hope she already cooked.
Yeah.
Well, because I think somebody gonna be on here like, no, my
Huh.
person. I want. Some people need to talk to their person every day. Are
Yeah.
you one of those?
I think I agree, probably early on, you're kind of in that lovey-dovey, want to talk, want to get to know, want to do all of that. I think once I think I'm changing too.
What?
I think I'm good on the everyday. I think I'm good. I mean, not the every waking moment, like, and give me the highlights. I don't need the details. Like,
Mhm.
I don't need to know Rakisha did this and then Simone did that and blah blah blah. Like, just say, hey, it was a tough day at work. They acting up again. I'm good with that. Like, I don't need I don't need the full play by play
But
of characters.
I think that that's needed because. And let me read some of the comments. Shaniqua Monet says, "It's one of the greatest gifts. Happy wife, happy life." Um, don't you think though that if you don't listen to the details, that maybe they'll tell somebody else the details, and then you agitate it because they're on the phone with somebody else, but when they tried to tell you, you said, "I don't." Maybe you ain't say it, but you weren't as interested in the details.
Hold on, Sean. Go ahead, because I saw you get ready to say something. Hold
So
on.
now, are we asking for the details, or are they giving us the details? I mean, I don't think you sit down and say, "Hey, tell me about your whole day today. I want all the details." I mean, if they're giving you to listen, I think is more important than the asking and giving. So if she comes home or he comes home and they're just in a rant and he's like, "Man, you should have seen what happened at work today." Being in tune and listening is more than actually giving for me because every day you don't want to just come home and just vent. So I'm good with that too. I'm not going to say, "Hey, tell me about your whole day today." I want to hear.
I was getting ready to say, because clearly that's maybe where I messed up.
I don't. I don't. And for our
Oh.
communication, again, and you guys know, from August to January, I'm gone every weekend.
I'm almost the
So
same way.
so so now our time together, I don't worry about our time apart. I worry about our time together.
Mm.
So when I'm away, hey, get ready to start our game. Call game was pretty good. But when we come home and I relax a minute, and if she doesn't have anything, that's when we celebrate our time together.
See, I
We don't.
think
I don't worry about the time away.
so, Sean. I think you hit the nail too, because, and even in your question, I am big, and I've always been big in the 1 hour of decompression. So if I know you just got off at 5, I'm not getting ready to hit you with my day and I don't want to hear about yours for like the first hour. Let's both of us decompress. That's why I do always like getting home first, because I'm going to definitely decompress. But I'm always willing to be like, hey, why don't you stash away? Or if you got to go walk in Walgreens for 30 minutes and then take a quiet drive somewhere, do that, because again, I don't want you to unload on your day, because you don't know what my day was like. And especially even to Sean's point, like, I don't know if you what your day was like. I don't know if you talked all day. So last thing you wanted me to do is you hit the door and I'm like, hey, so, like some annoying dog.
So this went really a whole different direction.
Yeah,
the greatest gift of a woman
we left
can give
inspiration.
is inspiration to don't talk to me when I first get home, and don't give me all of the details. And Joanne Lorenzo on Facebook says, married 37 years. We build our empire together and understand both needs. And forgive me, you all, if I don't see. India says that might be the key to a long-time marriage, space and time. I'm a needy partner, but I'm away, so I find ways to occupy myself. Lakeisha Bennett says, but I like my peace and solitude. I mean, when I say we took this train all the way off the rails, I'm going to try to bring it back.
But this again, so for people that don't know, this is how our Friday afternoon conversations go. They will end up with one topic, and next thing you know, we trying to hook up random people in.
Right. Like, this is Friday at True Bethel. This is Friday after Power to the People. It is these, like, conversations that we don't have in public, but that I think sometimes are valuable to have in public, because you might think you feel, by yourself.
Right.
And so, again, let me say it for the third time. We are not experts. We just guys talking like we do. And I think that there's always value in hearing what the other sex thinks, or the other side thinks about, and being able to just say it in a non-offensive way. And this is what we do on Friday.
Yeah.
What's the greatest inspiration? Oh boy, I better not ask that, because
hold on, Sean.
What?
Hold on, Sean. Hold on.
What?
Go ahead,
Sean.
Oh, so it's not the greatest inspiration for me, but it's part of it. Again, I don't think you can say there's one greatest inspiration in a relationship. I don't think you can.
So hold on, I got to follow.
Once you evolve, things change.
So Sean, let me ask you this: if Jan stopped that part, where would you be with the marriage? I'm not saying divorce, but I'm just saying, like, if it fell off, like, would you say something, or would you just deal with it?
Well, if it fell off and something else increased or whatever, I mean, again, things change. There's a lot. It fell off. Hello?
Yeah, I still got you.
Oh, okay. So if it fell off, I might say, hey, we good? You good? I mean, because it's all right not to be good, but it's not all right to stay at I'm not good. You know what I mean? So that's where I go back to the 50-50. If she at a 20, now I got to come 80. I mean, we're not going to stay at 20-80 if it can be fixed. But
so would you, because somebody just asked, would you say something, or would you fall back? I think India asked that. Would you say? It depends on the relationship.
I agree.
If it's a relationship, I think that you shouldn't force people into your world, right? So there are certain things that I'm not interested in, and if you're interested in that person, I don't want to be forced into that world, but I want to be, I want to be conscious of you, regardless of whether I'm a part of that world.
Yeah.
But if it is a relationship that is a lasting relationship, that I'm hoping is lasting, then I would say it. It just depends on where you're at in the relationship, because just because somebody may not be inspirational to you, it may not be at that level yet.
Right.
Because you're both still trying to figure the other one out. So it just depends. I don't know if there's a right answer or wrong.
Yeah, I don't think there is a right or wrong, and even though we may be three dudes at different stages of our life, I don't, we may think we're solving the world's problem, but we're definitely just here having the conversation about it. And like I said, I agree with Sean to the point that it does change, and I agree with your point of it does depend on where we are at in that relationship situation, because if I'm not going on a serious path, then I'm not necessarily looking for that from you. Like if you're just a hangout buddy, then you good in just a hangout box. When I need to go out Friday night or go to the show, boom, that's you. But if I'm looking future forward and someone long term, then I definitely need that. And to Sean's point, if it's in a situation where I know you are in a bad day, bad season, job stress, I can relieve you from that burden for that moment, but we can't stay there. Like this ain't COVID. We ain't getting ready to be here for 7 years. So at some point we got to fix this and come back around.
Well, guys, I think let me give Sean the last word. Then we'll come to Mark's last word, my last word. Every once in a while, those of you who are following us, make sure you push the notification buttons because we might go live at any time here on Power to the People to talk about. But, Friday, this is how we kind of just hang out. Let down the hair that I don't have. And again, it's not of any, like we're experts, obviously. We're all learning, but I think that men sometimes, and once in a while we might have somebody else on, but where as men, like we could talk about some of these things, and I think women will appreciate just hearing what our heart is or what we need. And then some woman, you can do yours too. So we're not saying that we figured out these are just some of the things that's on our heart. Sean, give us the last word on the greatest or one of the greatest gifts a woman could give a man is inspiration.
Sean, you there?
Yeah, he's driving.
No, he lost audio.
Did you lose audio, Sean? All right. So, Mark, until we get, what's your last word on this?
I definitely, I think we all depend on the season. I think, I always say this about serving and being a value to somebody else. It's you have to know that person and know that person not only in the moment, not only in the day, not only in the week, the season of their life. Because everyone goes through rough patches, and there might be moments where I need more encouragement and inspiration than others. Right now, with being in school full time, working full time, basically full-time, ministry. And, I'm getting ready to go into football season. Football season is a natural burnout. And those are those moments of when I feel like I'm banging my head against the wall and days are getting longer and it feels tough. That's when you do need that. That's when you need that more outpouring of, hey, listen, you can do this. You are doing a great job. Because even some of the friends now that when I get those random texts, it goes a long way. Like, hey, listen, I know you're in school, but like you can do this. Like those moments do mean a lot. So I think again, know the person, know your significant other, know your friend, know whoever, because one word of inspiration may be good one day, but some other days and seasons I might need 3 to 4 a day. So,
well, let's see if we can get Sean back. Is he gone? Let's see if he got his audio back.
Yeah, Sean's back.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we got you.
Final word on the topic from you.
I think it's a very good topic. I mean, I think it helps bring, relationships together. Again, I don't think it's the one thing that makes it happen. It's not the greatest thing. But it's accumulative, and it changes with relationships, with time. So, in the beginning, I think one thing that makes it special, you could be just getting married and have kids. So your wife having your kids and And being a good mother could be inspiring, could be a great inspiration. So I think it just changes. It comes relationships that comes in levels um as they grow, in my opinion. So I think
Thanks.
just communication
Thanks, Sean.
is
All right, so here it is. Inspiration definition is the process of being mentally stimulated to feel, create, or act, often resulting in a sudden, creative, or profound ideas. It acts as a motivating force or person thing that uplifts and drives someone. So I thought about this when Sean was talking, when you were talking, because as soon as we say what a man needs from a woman, we often think of a romantic relationship.
Yeah.
And I see it beyond.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, as a man, you can call me and say, another man, bros, right?
Right.
Hey, man, you doing a good job.
Yep.
You just be like, yeah, man, you did, man,
Yep.
y'all had a good football game. That for me is not necessarily inspiration.
No.
I don't know why I'm going to say this, but
No,
it's the truth.
no, you're right. You're right.
My mama, a female, says the same thing. It hits different.
Yeah.
Like I got male friends that'll be like, man, you did, man, when you did that, man, that was right. That was right, right?
Yep.
I don't know if that inspires you. You just be like, yeah.
Yeah, I got you,
So
bro.
that's right. I'm not sending you a thank you card, man. This is so funny, but I'm not sending you a card like, man, I just want, or like texting you. Man, I just want you to know, man, when you told me I was doing such a good job, I can't get that off my mind.
No, never. Never. Never.
But let your mama, let somebody else say it. It just hits different.
It does.
And the inspiration that I don't know. I can't explain it. Somebody can explain it to me one day, and maybe we got some issues that I'm just not aware of, and I'm approaching this all the way wrong. But I'm approaching it out of honesty.
Yeah.
So here was the phrase again that I didn't make. The greatest gift a woman can give a man is inspiration. I think when it comes from me, a male to male, that's bro. That's
Right.
bro. That will inspire you. I'm not gonna say it won't, because I have males who they've said something. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It hit different.
I-
Like if you said to me, like if you do say like, oh yeah, that was a good sermon day. Oh,
Yeah.
oh man, you was doing it. Okay, that's it. It kind of goes there.
Yeah.
It's a little bit that's left over.
Right.
It's a little bit that's left over, but it's different.
Yeah.
When it comes from different people.
I think the two phrases is, I think guys, we motivate each other. I think my inspiration.
Oh, wow.
I think my inspiration comes, and I think we lost Sean at the moment. So in case you were going
Yeah.
back to him.
No.
Yeah. So I get motivated bro to bro. Some of that inspiration and that push and that battery in the back,
Yeah.
comes from a woman, or like you said, it could be friend, it could be significant other,
Right.
it could be whoever, it could be woman mentor, like whoever it is. I do feel like it hits more impactful on the inspiration side from a woman.
I'm just gonna finish up like this. So you will say to me, or I'll say to you, like,
Yep.
man, like the reels you put up. I'm like, man, that's cool. But I don't think me and you gonna sit on the phone for like 45 minutes.
No.
Like, so, and I ain't being funny. Don't try to cancel me. I'm just saying how I feel. I ain't gonna be on the phone like, yeah. So, Mark. So I think if you do this, it'll even be better. But if a female say, I think if you do this, I'm gonna be all on the computer trying to change it. Right? Did you ever see? Okay, we gotta go for real. But did you ever see these reels, these shorts or whatever? Where it's a prank. Where the guy call another guy, his girl be there, and he's like, call him and just say good night.
Oh yes,
Right.
Good night.
Right.
The good night.
If you call me next week, be talking about, hey man, I was just thinking about you, and I just want to say good night. Have a nice night. I don't know. What would you do if Sean called you later and said,
Listen, let me just.
I just want to say good night. Bro.
Listen, let me just tell you, because I could. Hold on, Sean, you back? Hold on. What'd you say, Sean?
I said, you ain't got to worry about that.
But wait,
Nope.
so here's what's funny, because when that started going around, my coaching buddy and my OG, we literally had this whole conversation, and literally it was the immediate, y'all better not ever call me and say good night. Like that is not the voice I want to hear before I go to sleep. Hey bro, good night. That is not it.
Now listen, and Rashid is gonna kill me for this.
Oh,
You know,
boy.
Rashid, who I've been with since we was not been with, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hang out with since we was teenagers. Rashid is like he would kiss his boys goodnight. Rashid is very passionate. I
Yeah.
love Rashid. So Rashid will say like, I don't think he ever say like if Rashid said, I love you, D. I mean, I love you too. But
Yeah.
you know, you gotta keep it like
Yeah.
that. You can't be like, what you doing? Nothing about to go to bed. All right.
Now, oh god.
So
Because, and to your point, because we have worked closely together. I think it's almost a decade.
yeah,
I think we have probably hugged twice.
right.
In a decade.
I remember.
And I remember,
One.
I
Yep.
remember the one.
Yep.
And that's the only one I'll probably ever remember. So you are absolutely right. We are not.
And again, before anybody try to, we ain't saying nothing about nobody. We're
No.
talking about how we feel, and that's it. At the end of the day, it does hit different. When my dad says something, it's it is motivation. Totally right.
Yeah.
When my mom says something, it can be a little bit more inspiring, and I guess that's probably even for my sons. And so yeah. All right, I think we beat that today.
Yeah. Yeah, that was hilarious.
All right, well, till the next time. Power to the people.